This one about Adam Smith and Karl Marx opens with an appositive phrase. Now, if that's something unfamiliar to you, I'd highly recommend check out Magoosh, because Magoosh has over 200 videos that will teach you all the content and strategy you need for the GMAT, and we have a long series of videos for all the grammar that you need for sentence correction. So an appositive phrase at the beginning of the sentence always modifies the subject. So a leading figure of the Scottish Enlightenment, clearly that should be referring to Adam Smith, but the subject of the sentence in the first three is books, Adam Smith's two major books. So Adam Smith is it's in the possessive, it's a modifier. The real subject is books. And of course, leading figure of the Scottish Enlightenment cannot refer to books. So right away, A, B, and C are out. A, B, and C are guilty of having what's called a dangling modifier. So then D and E are almost identical. So Adam Smith wrote, so Adam Smith is now the subject, properly following the appositive phrase. And the only difference really is just the way it ends here, similar to or what. And so let's look at these two constructions. J is to K, similar to P is to Q. That's horrible, actually. J is to K, what P is to Q. So the first one is just completely wrong and it's horrible. The second one is an idiomatic phrase in English. And if you think about it, J is to K. That by itself is not a complete sentence to say that Harry is to Frank. That's not a complete sentence. We'd have to supply some kind of relationship. Harry is a brother to Frank, a lawyer to Frank, a nemesis to Frank. We'd have to supply some kind of relationship in there. And so what we're saying here is whatever J is to K, P is that same thing to Q. So that's a very long way to say it, and a very short way to say it is J is to K, what P is to Q, where what is signifying the relationship that is active between both terms. So D is out, and E by far is the best answer choice.